Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Dororo Episode 12. So last time we began the first of a two-parter, and it's been a little bit since then, like a couple weeks. But we're finally back to get to the second half of this two-parter. And good thing, too, because at the end of the first half, Hyakimaru finally came face-to-face with his father, Daigo. Granted, Hyakimaru doesn't know it's his father. He has no clue whatsoever. And Daigo, I think knows. I think he can tell. But yeah, what's going to happen? Are they going to actually fight, or is something else going to happen? Like, how's this going to go down? I'm really interested though. Like, the series is getting really interesting. This was seen as the mid-season finale as well. These two episodes, last episode and this one. So it's like, yeah, something big has got to happen, but what? I'm just wondering, are they going to actually fight? And I don't think they're going. I don't think they would take out Daigo this early. It's again only halfway through the season, if there even ends up being a second season. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. It's just like, it just feels like taking him out this early would be kind of anticlimactic, since everything in the series had been leading up to that and everything. Especially since Hyakimaru was not even fully complete yet, it would feel kind of premature as well. So maybe that's not going to happen. Maybe even if they do fight, Daigo's going to get away, maybe just a little injured, or even a lot injured, but we'll see. But yeah, Hyakimaru's already had a couple encounters with his brother as well, and they seem to get along well enough, but his brother is also a lot better of a person than Daigo. Let's be honest, Daigo's a piece of shit. And Hyakimaru's brother, whose name I can't remember clearly, he's actually a good person with a good heart who genuinely cares about the people, rather than just his position in the world. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see where they take this and how they end off this two-part mid-season finale. So we're just going to get into this and hope for the best. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, the family has been reunited, has fully acknowledged each other's existence, and it did not go well. So, Hyakimaru has found out that Daigo Kagamitsu, that's right, that Daigo is his father. He's met his mother, Oku, and his brother, Tahomaru. And while his father made it very clear he was on the side of bad, and has made that very clear, honestly, to us, the audience, the entire series, Tahomaru has chosen to join his father's side as well. And Tahomaru was given a very difficult choice to deal with, mind you. The land and all of its people, or his brother. And from a moralistic standpoint, it is more right. It is better to choose the masses over the life of one. It is. But there was no truly right answer here. Neither answer was truly the right choice. You could have easily found reason to choose the other. And in the end, Tahomaru was put up with a difficult choice, and he put the lives of everyone in the land above his brother. But you could see he didn't agree with it still. But he was doing what he felt he had to. And he at least got a massive scar over his eye, might have lost the eye altogether as a result of it. But we also saw Oku come in, and in order to try and make things right, she stabbed herself in the chest in order to give blood to the demons instead, kind of as a trade off. And it's very much implied at the end that something is going to come of this, that there will be something that comes from this. We just don't know what yet. But we see throughout this two-parter, and especially in this episode, the difference between these family structures. There's the Kagemitsu family, who Hyakimaru knows he is now a part of, and there's Sukeroku. Sukeroku, a young boy who just wants to find and reunite with his mother, and in the end is successful in doing so, who has a very loving family structure. And then you have the Kagemitsus, who are shit in terms of their family structure. Like, even prior to finding all this out, Tahomaru was finding issue with his father and the way he did things. And Daigo and Oku, yeah, Oku has just really not even cared at all about Daigo since that day. And Daigo never really cared. Honestly, it's super obvious that to Daigo, she's basically just a way for him to pass on the bloodline. He doesn't actually give a shit about Oku. He doesn't care. Tahomaru does, and again, Tahomaru, he just made a bad decision based on, well, again, a situation where there was no real good decision to make. No matter what, you're still there's no right choice there, so yeah. But he at least was trying to do good rather than just boost his own position and whatnot, which Tahomaru even acknowledges is Daigo's intent. We see the Fox Spirits again. They go into Banmon, and eventually Banmon crumbles at the end, breaking down the barriers, which is also very important. This war, I do not think, is done. The war between Daigo's land and the neighboring land. This isn't done, and I think we're going to see that come back. We also saw the old man again, him noticing how Tahomaru looked similar to Hyakimaru, but also he was the one who picked up the little figure idol thing at the end and noticed the aura surrounding it. So yeah, I mean, we've known he was a major character, so we knew he would continue to play a bigger role. So is he going to deliver that to Hyakimaru and Dororo, or what's going to happen with that, I wonder. But we are moving into the second half of this series, at least what we've got of it so far. And yeah, I'm very interested to see where we go with it. It's been a fantastic series. Like I've said that well in the past. I've said that plenty of times, but I want to make sure I just hammer it in. This series is fantastic. It's not the best anime I've seen, but I really love it. And honestly, for like compared to all other anime that are kind of similar to this, like you could compare this to Inuyasha or whatnot, this is definitely the best. It's written the best. The characters are characterized and written the best out of all of them. And just the action and everything, the animation, the voice acting, all of it is just so many leagues above anything else like this that I've seen. I guess a more recent comparison could be Demon Slayer. And honestly, though Demon Slayer's animation is much better, like drastically much better, which I will never deny, Demon Slayer's animation is godlike at some points. Um, Especially when like the main character is using that like wave, that water move or whatever it is called. I don't remember. Um, but yeah, when that stuff's kind of like happening, it's like, oh yeah, the animation here is so damn good. um, Even despite that, though, um, in every other way, pretty much like Demon Slayer falls flat, especially in comparison to Dororo. Um, but yeah, it's just I'm really loving this series, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Now, I want to mention something real quick. So, I've been considering doing something what that I've done similarly before. Um, with this. And what I mean is like kind of the same thing I did with Pandora Hearts. Like about halfway through or so, taking a break from the series, moving on to the next thing on the list, and then coming back to this right after. Just like I did with Pandora Hearts, I took a break from Pandora Hearts, and I'm going to come right back to it after I finish Free. Um, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to just get through with this. We're halfway through the season. I want to continue watching this. I don't want to like pause on it. I think the biggest reason I've been like considering that is because of how slow I have been getting to to the end of the first half. It has been a slow go because there's been points where I just haven't gotten to another reaction or whatnot. Oh, excuse me. I felt it coming. But there's been points where I've been slow at getting to more reactions, where there's been like, even weeks and weeks without a new one. And I think that's what's done it for me, honestly. Why I've been thinking about this, but no, I really want to continue on with this. Unlike Pandora Hearts, it doesn't feel slow. Like it doesn't feel like it's just preparing for things. It actually feels like it's where it's already supposed to be. um, and by the way, that's still not knocking Pandora Hearts. I still do really enjoy what I've seen of Pandora Hearts so far. I'm just saying. Um, but yeah, I think we're just going to continue as we're going, and just I'm going to try to be more consistent with it. I'm going to try to be more consistent with Dororo and get out more episodes more often, and then we'll continue on to what's next on the donation rewards after that. Um, but I do want to get to uh, get to more of it for sure. Um, but yeah, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of Dororo and just these two episodes in general as a whole. And thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.